Hi, my name is Mackenzie and welcome back to my channel. So I'm back again, and today I want to do a video on my wedding, like a wedding update, kind of the weeks heading into my wedding, and I think like a little after I filmed my last wedding video. I have some updates from then too. So I wouldn't forget, I wrote everything on my phone. So I don't know if I mentioned in any of my previous videos, I can't remember, but my husband had a job transfer and they wanted him like as soon as possible. So he moved out of our house in Florida 2 days after he got that call. So that left me at the house and I had to find a place. Well, we found a place together, and then we had to pack up all our stuff, and then we had to move all the way here to Ohio. And this all happened in a matter of 2.5 weeks, moving out of our house in Florida, finding like a moving van, and then moving to Ohio, and then unpacking our stuff and all that. So that was pretty stressful, but we got through it together, and it just sucked because it was happening when we were planning our wedding. After I moved here, I went back to Arizona, and that's where my mom and my bridesmaids planned my bridal shower. So at my bridal shower, it was awesome. My mom kind of used Pinterest and decorated, and as I'm filming this, I'll insert pictures as I'm talking. I can't really think of what pictures I have right now, but it went really well. We played a few games, had cupcakes, and it was just a good time to bring people together. We also did the toilet paper dress creation thing, and that was a lot of fun. And then at the end of my bridal shower, my friends Stephanie and Kiana blindfolded me and stuck me in the car. And literally for 30 minutes I was blindfolded in the car because we drove from Gilbert, Arizona to Scottsdale. And if you don't know, that's a good, actually probably like 40-minute drive. I think I was, blindfolded longer because I think they also stopped to get gas and all this stuff. But it was awesome when we got to Scottsdale. They took off my blindfold and they surprised me and got an apartment for the night. So it was a cute little 2-bedroom apartment in downtown Scottsdale, and it was literally right next to all the clubs.
Hey, well, Kenzie's tying the knot, so let's take 4 shots.
So that night, we got dressed and we're all ready to go out. And I have something funny to say about that. But okay, actually when I was getting dressed, I decided that I didn't feel like wearing lashes, and I thought that would be okay. And it looked fine, and I mean, I didn't look bad. And I decided to use the Makeup Forever translucent powder. Now, if you don't know, I will help you guys, because I didn't know at the time. If you have any color in your skin, do not use this if you are going to be taking pictures. I'll insert the most embarrassing picture of myself up here. Yeah, I look like a ghost, and my eyes look teeny tiny. It was awful, but I didn't look like that in person, thank God, but I don't have any pictures of what I actually look like. But it ended up being really fun. I wanted my sister to go, and at the time she was only 20, and we thought that we could sneak her into the club. You know, I go in first, hand my ID to my friend, she leaves, and then comes back with my sister. So the guy looked at the ID when my sister showed up and was like, this girl's already inside. And he's like, I can give you 2 options. You can walk away now, or I can scan it. So she ended up not being able to get in the club, and then I got my ID taken, and then I was told not to go ask for my ID because I could be arrested. So I lost my ID that night, which is fine. Me and Stephanie and Kiana were the only ones that ended up going, because my other sister ended up leaving with my sister Michaela, who tried to get in with my ID, and they just went back to the apartment, and that was that. But me and Stephanie and Kiana, we had a blast. We ended up seeing a lot of friends from high school and basically just drank and danced all night. It was so fun. Next I have to update you on is before I left San Diego, I ended up getting my dress altered, because I did get my dress in Scottsdale. I ended up getting my dress altered 2 more times, and then planned on driving to San Diego with my dress in the back of my mom's car. So that's how I transported my dress all the way to San Diego so it wouldn't get crushed, because I did get it pressed there so it would be fluffy, but I ended up having to press it when I was there anyways. And I also picked up my jewelry and all that stuff, so I just had to make sure I had all my stuff together before I left to San Diego. My next update is my eyelash nightmare. So this is before I left to San Diego, and I'm not gonna mention names or anything like that, but I was gonna get my eyelashes done and get eyelash extensions because I was like, okay, when I'm on my honeymoon, like my eyelashes will still be done and it'll be really awesome. So this particular person told me that they could do them for free. So I wake up early the day I'm supposed to leave for San Diego, and I go in and I'm like, so how long is this gonna take? And then the person was like, oh, about 30 minutes. And I was like, okay, cool. So I lay down, and for some reason it is like excruciating pain. I'm like, I don't understand. I didn't think eyelash extensions hurt.
Oh, and I forgot to mention that she was gluing strip lashes to my eyelids. Okay, resume.
You know, I'm getting them done. I'm feeling some poking, and my eye's getting really sensitive, and I'm feeling the glue kind of go into my eye and it's burning it. So after I'm done and I open my eyes are burning. Actually, I didn't open my eyes. This eye was glued shut at the corner. So the person just rips my eye open in the corner, which hurt like heck. And then I go into the mirror and look, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, what is on my face? And let me rewind a little bit. Prior to this, I told myself I never liked eyelash extensions. I didn't really like how they looked on really anybody. And I don't even know why I committed to doing this, because in my gut, I told myself I didn't like eyelash extensions. I don't know why I ended up doing it anyways. So anyways, I'm looking in the mirror and my eye is bloodshot red, and this side of my lashes are kind of like folded down, and it makes my eye look really heavy and droopy, and then these ones are like flared up. And mind you, I feel like my face is a little crooked, because even when I was putting on these eyelashes, this one's shorter and smaller and this one's longer and bigger. But anyways, you could tell the difference with these eyelash extensions on my eye. Oh my god, I hated them. So I went home and I was just furious, and I was telling my mom how much I hated them and I wanted them off my face immediately. So I go to Google and I look up how to take them off, and people are like olive oil and like a humidifier and stuff like that. So I go to Walgreens and I'm trying to find eyelash glue remover too, because I read about that as well. So I go to my house and I'm trying to take them off, and for the most part I got most of the eyelashes off on this eye, and it was very painful. So I was like, okay, I can't do this anymore. I'm gonna call a professional place so I can get them removed. Everybody was pretty much booked and closed, and then this one lady referred me to, oh, I can't remember the name. Okay, well, I'm gonna find the name place and put it up here, because they are amazing. Their employees were just the nicest people. So I get in there and my whole family's ready to leave to San Diego, so we're like, okay, we're gonna be in and out. So I go in there and they put one of their trainees on me just to take them off. And I tell you, I was in there for an hour and a half and it hurt so bad. She was being so gentle and she did so good, but it was just, oh my god, it was so painful. And then the eyelash glue remover would get in your eye and it would just burn. So first I was sitting up like this and she was trying to take them off. Then after like 30 minutes I had to lay down, and then she was just plucking and prying. So then she finally got them off without damaging my real eyelashes. And there was a chunk of glue stuck to my eyelid. I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? And she couldn't get it off. It hurt too bad. So I was like, I'm just gonna be done. For the most part, you got it off. These two eyelashes were glued together, and it was something I was just gonna have to deal with, because I couldn't take anymore. So I text my person who did my eyelashes and I'm like, well, what did you use on my eyelashes? And she said a wig glue adhesive, like an extreme wig glue adhesive. So something that's supposed to stay on your head for many hours. She put that on my eyelashes, and thank the Lord my eyelashes didn't come off. But I was furious. After I got out of the place, I just started crying. I couldn't even hold it in. I just started crying because of all the pain I just went through. And we're trying to get to San Diego, and good thing we had nothing to do that day, but it was awful. It was awful. So luckily they gave me a free eyelash extension, and they promised to show me the right and real way to do it, and they promised to do it in a natural way. So whenever I go back to Arizona, I plan on going there to get my eyelashes done, just to try eyelash extensions the real way, because what I had was an absolute nightmare and I just couldn't imagine going through that again. And I do want to have a good experience with them. So that was that. My next update is the week of the wedding. So the week of the wedding, we wanted to make sure we got all our guests together because I knew that some people were coming from Arizona and Oregon and you know, like LA area. So I wanted everybody to come together, and we decided to, initially we were gonna have like a slosh ball, like where you drink alcohol and you play kickball type thing. But we decided that it would be more inclusive if everybody could go to the beach and like kids could come and everybody could come and just have a good time, and we could play sports, baseball, volleyball, and then like barbecue, and then the beach was obviously right there. So that ended up being the day, and I'll insert pictures here, and it just ended up being a really good time. And me and my husband's team was killing. Okay, we had all my brothers and sisters on the same team, and I don't know why people doubted us, but we're super athletic, and we ended up killing the other team. And my grandpa was on the team, and he actually scored the winning home run, which is really awesome. It was fun. My next update is we went out every single night leading up to the wedding. So the wedding was on Sunday and we got there Wednesday. We went out Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night. And then my sister and all like the girls that came to the wedding, they went out Saturday before the wedding. I decided not to go out, and Chelsea ended up staying with me. We just talked all night until everybody got back in. At that point, after all that going out, my voice was completely gone. So when I get my wedding video, I don't know if it's gonna be in there. I'm actually saying my vows, and my voice is raspy and you can hardly hear, and I had to take Jamar's microphone. But I'm gonna try to ask if someone actually has a clip of that, and then I'll insert it in. Okay, so the day of the wedding is here, and we're getting ready and stuff in the room. And I'm just gonna throw a tip out there. Have more than one hairdresser, or have your bridesmaids do their own hair. Because I don't know what I thought was going to happen, but one hairdresser was not enough. It ended up being a little rushed, and I had to ask Chelsea to help with my other people's hair and makeup because it was complete chaos. It was stressful, and you can tell in some of these pictures that my face is just, I'm like completely nervous because we need to get our hair done and our makeup finished, and I was the last one to go, so I feel like I was kind of rushed. I don't mind how my hair turned out, but I do feel like it was a little rushed and it could have been better, but I mean, it is what it is. It was still an amazing day. And then the ceremony comes, and I am so nervous. I'm telling myself, like, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry. And then finally, it's time for me to walk down the aisle. I hear my music, and before this, you know, all the bridesmaids and groomsmen have gone out and stuff like that. And I hear the music, and I'm like, I'm not gonna cry. I have a straight face, I'm fine. And then I look over, and Jamar is like holding his head up, and I could tell he was trying not to cry. I think he was trying not to cry. And then I just lost it when I looked at him, and I'll insert a video and stuff. And it just ended up being so amazing, just everything I ever dreamed of. And then after the ceremony and after the vows and all that stuff, it was the reception, and we just partied all night. It was, our music at our wedding was a bit of old school mixed with a little bit of new school, and literally we just danced the whole night, and it was an amazing time. Most of the time I was taking pictures. I probably took over 1,000 pictures with just people at the wedding and stuff like that. So me and Jamar, we didn't get to enjoy each other as much as we would have liked because we were so spread out and tugged over here and pulled over here. But we did get pulled out and take some pictures together, and they turned out beautifully. My photographer and my wedding planner and my makeup artist, I'm going to link them all down below because they did a phenomenal job. If you guys are ever in San Diego and you want someone to help out with your wedding, they just really helped make my wedding just perfect. So I think that might be all I have. Yeah, I think that's all I have so far. So that is my last wedding update. My next wedding update will be not really an update, but it will be my wedding video. I'm planning on getting that in probably the next month or so, probably the end of September, I'm thinking, because it takes them a while to put all the pictures together. But I hope you enjoyed my little stories and my update. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks.